All right, good morning, second grade. Today for science, we are going to now be looking at comparing temperatures on two thermometers. All right, so let's look at some IXL examples here. So it is asking us to select the thermometer that shows the higher temperature. So remember in our last lesson, if it has more liquid in it, that means that it is a higher temperature. So looking at these two and looking at how much liquid is in there, we see that this one has more because it's higher than on this one. So we know that the one on the right is going to show the higher temperature. So temperature tells you how hot or cold something is, and a thermometer is a tool that we use for that. So it measures temperatures in degrees. And then the symbol for degrees is, it's like a little O, but it's a little bit higher up. So as we see here, it would be smaller than the capital C, and it's also raised up. Okay, so then it says this is a tube thermometer, and it has a tube that is filled with red liquid. It shows temperature in degrees, and in this case, degrees Celsius. So the top of the red liquid lines up with the number 30 on the scale. So in this instance, the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. All right, so let's look at another IXL example here. So it says to read the temperature, find the top of the red liquid. Then look at the scale to the right. So we want to first look at the first thermometer here. So the top of the red liquid lines up with 5 degrees. So the temperature is 5 degrees, and then at the top it has degrees Celsius. Now we want to look at the second thermometer. The top of the red line lines up with 15, so the temperature is 15 degrees, and again it's in Celsius, so it's 15 degrees Celsius. So 15 degrees Celsius is a higher temperature than 5 degrees Celsius. So the second thermometer shows a higher temperature. All right, now we're going to be looking at, again, a different type of thermometer. So this one says select the thermometer that shows the lower temperature. So we want to look at where the arrow is pointing on each of these. So the last one we were looking at how much liquid was inside and how much space it took up. This time we want to look at where this arrow or hand is pointing at. So on this one we see it's pointing directly at 40 degrees Celsius. And on this one it's pointing to 55 degrees Celsius. And it was asking us to select the thermometer that shows the lower temperature. So we know that 40 is smaller than 55. So we know that we would pick this thermometer to show the lower temperature. All right, and last example that you will see on IXL. So this one says select the thermometer that shows the higher temperature. Now again, this one is going up by 1 degree at a time. So in this picture, we see that it's slightly past 110. So if we go up to the next one, we see that it lines up with that next line. So one more than 110 is 111. And this time it's degrees Fahrenheit. So this thermometer is showing 111 degrees Fahrenheit. And on this one, we see that it's not quite lined up with this middle line. So let's go down to 80. So we know it's not 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. So this middle line is every 5 degrees. So we have 75, 85, 95, but we see it even goes past 85. So let's go to 86. And we see that it lines up with 86, again, degrees Fahrenheit. So we want the higher temperature. So we have 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 111 degrees Fahrenheit. And we know, again, it's going to be this left one because 111 is larger than 86. All right, and that is our science lesson for today.